spanning the globe to bring you the constant variety of sport.
The man is incredible.
The thrill of victory.
The youngest champion.
And the agony of defeat.
Oh, look at him go! Oh, baby.
Oh, no! This is ABC's Wide World of Sports.
The IRA IndyCar World Series returns at one of the most difficult and famous road courses in all of North America, Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca. Who will master the treacherous corkscrew in the first road course race of the season? The Match Race News Grand Prix starts now. So it wouldn't be an IndyCar series if we didn't have a momentum-killing 2-month break between races, but we are back. The IRA IndyCar World Series first road course race of the season. We're here at Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca for the Matt's Race News Grand Prix, and you can hear him in the background. Today in the booth, we've got I would call a Laguna Seca expert. He's one of the favorites in the race and also one of our favorites in the booth, Joe Donahue. Joe, what are you thinking about this race here at Laguna Seca today?
I thank you for calling me an expert. I'm very excited. It's very nice to have two Donahue Race Tech cars in the first two rows, and it's going to be fun. I'm going to be here.
So a significantly smaller group of folks. This is why it takes so long to record these IRA races, because we have to coordinate a lot of people to do these things. We've got a reduced group here for the first road race. It's just going to be me and Joe in the booth, and we've also got Pit Lane Buddy helping us out in the pit lane today, and he actually was able to catch up. You guys may remember with Jacob Cummings, who was the subject of probably the most crushing defeat we've ever seen in an IRA race. With 9 laps to go, Jacob was leading the race over Skye Commons, and what was really a great duel up to that point, got up into the wall, and an incredibly disappointing finish to that race for the small Himmelgarn Racing team. He's only a Clubman Cup driver, so that was his one of 2 opportunities this year, and we actually got to sit down and talk with him, and that was with Pit Lane Buddy.
Okay, I'm here with Jacob Cummings. Jacob, here we are. It's about a month and a half after the fact. Can you describe your feelings a week after, like a month and 4 weeks ago, or no, a month and like 2 weeks ago, but a week after Phoenix?
Just made a mistake. Hopefully it won't happen again in Indy, but we'll look forward to that. I'm not in the lead of the Clubman Cup, but we'll fix that. Thanks to David Lance for allowing me to partake in the series. I loved it. It was fun.
Well, we thank Pit Lane Buddy for that incredible investigative journalism. And speaking of the point standings, let's take a look at them right now. After winning at Phoenix, Skye Commons is on the top of the heap. But as you can see, it's a very close point standings. We are using the 2015 IndyCar rules. So, as you guys know, IndyCar has produced incredible points races, and we expect this one to go down to the very last race. So, let's get going here. Let's get it moving. The Matt's Race News Grand Prix, and we have the person who's going to get us started today, the purveyor of Matt's Race News himself. We couldn't get him in the booth for today, but we're happy to have him down in the pit lane to get us started. With the command, Matt Faust.
All right, I got 3 things to say. God bless our troops, God bless America, and gentlemen, start your engines! Make sure to tune in Matt's Race News as well, driver.
And the cars roll off the grid. We are going to give you the starting lineup as the cars are rolling here at the Matt's Race News Grand Prix. Starting across the front row, the pole sitter is Joe Donahue for Donahue Race Tech alongside Seto Kobayashi, the Japanese driver. Row 2 is going to be Matt Faust. Teammates to Donahue on the outside is Vincent Peterson looking to equal the feats of fellow Italians Zanardi and Pappas, winners at Laguna Seca. Row 3, Chris Aurelio and Josh Pottinger, a really good qualifier, the first of the Menard-powered entries. Row 4, Canadian Heinrich Axelrod and Luca James, the first of the Ganassi cars. Row 5 is the only Clubman Cup driver today. Starting is Ryder Grimes for Pagan Racing. That's a 94 Lola, or 94 Reynard, excuse me, powered by a Ford. Luke Bradley alongside in the first of the Newman Haas cars. He was eliminated at Phoenix in a crash. Row 6, Kyler Boggs and Robbie Noonan, the bad luck kid so far of the IRA IndyCar World Series. Row 7 is Johnny Bryant in the Valvoline car alongside Wolfgang Stone, who came off a brilliant second place at Phoenix. Row 8, Jackson Austin and Trey Bartow, the first of the AJ Foyt cars. Row 9, IRA veteran Brian LaFleur Jr. and Eric Jones in the second V6-powered Menard car. Row 10, Kyle Cuthbertson in the Ray Hall number 9 genuine draft car alongside the Cuban-born driver Chester Chalupa Jr. Row 11 sees Phoenix winner Skye Commons starting deep in the field. We'll see if he can come up through the field. And John Ford in the second of the AJ Foyt entries. Row 12, a bit of a surprise. Axel Martinez Ramirez in the second Penske entry. He starts alongside Caleb Knobb, who has not had a very good season so far, again off the pace. Row 13, Mike West in the second Newman Haas car, and the third Penske chassis is Tranks McIntosh. And row 14, rounding out the grid in 27th spot, is Buddy Poley. Expect him to move up through the field. We saw him go from last to 5th at Phoenix. That's the grid for the Matt's Race News Grand Prix. The field pulls off into the final corner. The PPG pace car is in. Donahue leads them down. Kobayashi along the outside. Here we go. We're about to go racing here at the Matt's Race News Grand Prix. A little bit sloppy coming off the final corner. And are we going to get the green? Kobayashi has a bit of a jump so far. We're underway. The Matt's Race News Grand Prix is underway. Look at Vincent Peterson down to the inside. Tries to get a jump on the rest of the field. Was unable to do so. We got some parts flying in the back. We already had a crash. Chester Chalupa.
He's going to go way low in the Andretti corner.
Chester Chalupa's out of the race already. We saw it. We'll try to show you a replay. Matt Faust moves into second place. It's a Donahue Racetech 1-2 at the moment.
Look at that. That's
and
beautiful.
Joe Donahue is absolutely pulled out to a huge advantage already. Kobayashi into third. Donahue, and now Kobayashi begins to challenge Matt Faust. We see Josh Pottinger, who's moved up into the top 6 as they come down through the famous corkscrew for the first time. I'd like to call it a clean start, but it wasn't a clean start. We don't know who had contact with Chester Chalupa. We're going to try to see right now who comes off into the pits, and it's Luca James. Or no, excuse me, that's Wolfgang Stone. So Wolfgang Stone had contact with Chester Chalupa and a full course yellow. So that did not stand. The IRA officials decided that crash was worthy of a full course yellow. So the IRA IndyCar World Series doesn't even get the first lap of our first road course race going without a yellow. For Chester Chalupa, we'll take a look at the replay when we come back here to Laguna Seca. You're watching the IRA IndyCar World Series. AJ, what's your opinion of Jeff Andretti?
Goddamn Jeff Andretti run right over. He's all over the goddamn track.
AJ, eat a Snickers.
Tired of this shit. Got people out there that shouldn't even be in the goddamn race car.
Because you get a little hostile when you're hungry. Better?
More with a car owner, who cares? I'm here in Victor Circle again, and I'm so wonderful.
Snickers, the official nutty candy of the IRA. So, welcome back to the IRA IndyCar World Series. We're going to take a look at the situation that's brought out the yellow. 2 separate accidents here. Joe, let's take it away here.
Well, you see, Chester Chalupa Jr. brings way too much momentum into the Andretti turns, and I don't know what happened.
You know what? I think he just had a mechanical failure coming into turn 1.
He must have hit the rev limiter or something. He must have missed a shift or something going into that turn and blown the motor.
Wow, unbelievable. And you can
Something
see
like that.
very clearly there was a second situation there between Jackson Austin and Mike West. So let's take a look if we can't see. Let's go on board with Jackson Austin here as he heads down into the Andretti hairpin. Parts flying.
Brought it in too hot.
Yeah, parts flying. He ran into the back of Trey Bartow. And then as you can see, contact with Mike West. And then West also gets taken out in this. So the contact between Austin and, so unrelated accidents here. And in fact, Wolfgang Stone also had an unrelated accident at the start of this race. So we've had quite a bit of contact here. Really crazy to see.
A lot of stuff. I don't know. Mike West, he got out of shape coming out of the Andretti turns here, and just unfortunately there was a car stop there.
Wow. What a strange start to the IRA IndyCar World Series at Laguna Seca. Okay, another situation has just occurred here under the yellow flag. You see it right there. Axel Martinez Ramirez gets taken out under yellow by Buddy Poli. Looked like we had a bit of a stack up there, Joe.
Well, I don't know what that turn's called, but it's a hectic corner. You know, the IROC race here on my channel was pretty hectic through that turn. I just, for some reason, this kind of thing happens sometimes with racing. The drivers get a little too antsy under caution, start, making revs and going fast through certain parts of the track, making mistakes like this, coming up too fast on the car in front of them, and that's just the unfortunate brute that has taken Axel Martinez Ramirez out of this race.
A very un-Penske-like mistake, and it's the fourth car out of the race. An unbelievable amount of attrition already. It's crazy to see this much attrition on a road course race.
Well, it was just driver error that took out Axel Martinez Ramirez here. He, it's not entirely his fault, but it just happens. I saw this at the 6 Hours at the Glen, more so in 2014 than last year, but it seems to be a recurring thing that drivers just get a little too excited under caution and they want to go fast with their cars, but you gotta be watching the guys in front of you. You can't just drive with these other guys slowing down and stuff.
Yeah, guys, I got a pit report down here. Axel he's out of the race. It's over for him. But Buddy Poli and Wolfgang Stone, they were able to continue. We actually have some in-car radio from Buddy Poli at the time of the accident. We'll go ahead and play that. Buddy, what just happened there? Dude, just stop! Just stop! What the hell? Just destroyed us. And understanding in-car radio from Buddy Poli. Obviously, he has a different point of view on things. But it took out Axel, and now Wolfgang and Buddy are damaged, but they can't make that.
So
you can't blame Buddy Poli for that. He didn't know the cars in front of him, in front of Axel, were dead stopped at that point.
yes,
When you're looking at the back of another race car, you shouldn't, but you do only really worry about that car.
yes, and quite a bit of another stack up. We'll take another quick commercial break. We'll reset everything and come back to the IRA IndyCar World Series at Laguna.
I have a bad case of diarrhea. I have a bad case of diarrhea. I have a bad case of diarrhea. I have a bad case of diarrhea.
Do you have a bad case of diarrhea? Come on down to CVS Pharmacy to get a box of free stool softener. CVS. Get your shit and get out.
Welcome back to the IRA IndyCar World Series at Laguna Seca. We had a crazy yellow flag. Another crash in the back. Another crash in the back.
And they're going wide in turn.
Are we going to get back to the green? We had another crash in the back. Wheels and tires flying. Are we going to get the green? Yes, we are. Green flag. Joe Donahue takes the lead. Matt Faust now moves up the challenge. There was a crash in the back. We'll try to get you coverage of that. We're not sure who it was. It possibly could have involved the folks that were involved in the last accident. And if that happens again, that's an incredible occurrence, and possibly one that's going to get the attention of the IRA for some avoidable contact penalties. for sure, because that was crazy. Not sure if the yellow's out. We're not seeing any overtaking yet.
Well, we're going to have to wait until we come up onto those cars to see whether or not we have a yellow. On a road course like this, they're not going to call it as soon as the incident happens because of how much distance there is to go around and go through to get back to the site of the accident.
We're going to see what the debris field here it looks like. It's all clear and green right now from what we can tell. I did see a wheel flying, so we're going to have to investigate that. And the pace car is rolling another full course yellow at Laguna Seca. My goodness.
Well, we just have to check and see who is involved and hope nobody else kicked the bucket for today.
All right, we'll have to do that after we take another commercial break. We weren't expecting to do this when we went road course racing, but the IRA is always full of surprises. We'll be back to Laguna Seca, the Mats Race News Grand Prix, and we'll sort it all out for you.
Final pass through the north end. Off of turn 4, down the long front stretch, screaming for the yard of bricks. Hand up, saluting the crowd. Eddie Cheever has won the 82nd running of the Indianapolis 500-mile race.
I have never heard of that shit. Who the fuck is Rachel? And what does she have to do with potato chips? Potato chips!
Welcome back to the IRA IndyCar World Series at Laguna Seca. This is what brought us out under the yellow. Another stack up on a restart. And this time it took out Buddy Poley. A really big shame because a lot of people were riding with Buddy Poley there, and it just looked like another stack-up, Joe. Why don't you analyze this for us?
Well, once again, we're getting too antsy under yellow, you know, or I don't know why everybody seems like they need to slam on the brakes in the middle of this goddamn turn, but it just has happened twice now. Wolfgang Stone got a little too excited behind Buddy. Buddy got a little too excited behind whoever's in
Caleb Knob in the number 10 car.
The 10 car. You know, everybody's getting ready to go, and that's great. But you can't hit the brakes in the middle of the turn like that. That was dumb on whoever started that fault. Which it was not the leaders either, because the leaders are already halfway down the straightaway and accelerating. So I don't understand why the back of the field is locking up brakes and doing stuff like that. That doesn't make sense.
Well, yet another crazy accident here. We will head back to commercial real fast, and hopefully we'll actually get some green flag running here at the IRA IndyCar World Series at Laguna Seca. It's been a crash fest so far. We're hoping that doesn't continue.
Hello everyone, I'm Will Power. I'm driver number 12 Verizon Chevrolet. That's why I use Verizon smartphones, the new iPhone from Verizon. We get 16 gigabytes of data, unlimited talk, limited text, all for a low price of $99.99 a month with a 2-year contract. On Verizon.com right now and type the code IRA Rules, you get a generous 20% off coupon. Sponsored by me, Will Power, and get yourself a free hero card. So what do you do now? Go on Verizon.com right now and purchase your iPhone today. Robbie told you to. I'm Will Power.
Welcome back to the IRA IndyCar World Series, and Pit Lane Buddy has a report with Buddy Poley, who was taken out under the yellow.
Yeah, I'm down here with Buddy Poley. Buddy, what happened? Wolfgang stuck his head up his butt and wasn't paying attention. What was going on? I think the same thing just happened at past restart. I mean, I don't know what he's thinking. He saw what happened last restart. He goes out here, he's not paying attention. Absolutely, they need to hire officials to get on this crap. This is complete BS. Thank you, Buddy.
And we thank Buddy for that pit report. We're going back to the green flag. This time, there's some more contact, but it doesn't look like we had somebody knocked out of the race. More contact in the back, but we are possibly going to go green this time. Yes, the green lights are on, and we are underway again at Laguna Seca. This time, are we going to get to see some overtaking? Yes, Vincent Peterson looks to the inside of the number 17 of Kobayashi, unable to do so. The Donahue Race Tech cars absolutely begin to pull out their lead here.
Well, it looked like it was semi-clean for the first time today, which is quite a feat as we're watching out the back of Kobayashi. Right? No, that's not Kobayashi.
That's Aurelio. Chris
Yeah.
Aurelio running in the 6th
God
position right
damn
now.
it. So anyway.
That's what happens when you don't do a race for a couple months. You kind of forget.
Yeah.
As we go out into the corkscrew, anybody making an overtake, it looks like Ryder Grimes gets around Robbie Noonan there. He is the Clubman Cup driver, the one and only partial season entrant today.
He looks like he fell back from 9th, though. What position is he in right now?
Ryder rides in 10th right now, so he's down 1 position from his starting spot. But still doing pretty good for a first-timer here.
Yeah, I mean, racing against Robbie Noonan is no easy task, especially the fact that Robbie's driving a Penske car right behind him. You know, it's a tough field, a tough bunch of drivers, but you can prove your strength by doing that kind of thing.
Getting these great pictures out of the back of Ryder Grimes, Reynard. Let's head back up to the front of the field and see if we can't see anything going on. Everybody's holding station right now, it seems like. Possibly going to get an overtake. Here is Josh Pottinger, looks to the inside of the 25. Is he going to get run into there? Very close, side-by-side racing.
Peterson and Pottinger, 2 international drivers.
Oh, look at this! Aurelio gets... Oh, Chris Aurelio's crashed!
Oh, Aurelio's done for the day.
Oh, look at this pile up! Oh, no!
Oh, look out!
More contact! 3 wide! Oh, my goodness.
So
Luke Bradley lost his front... Somebody lost their front wing. I saw something flying.
No, someone lost the side panel.
Oh, no, here comes Wolfgang out of the pits. Look at this battling.
The 6 car lost the side panel, so that shouldn't be too big of a deal besides a little bit of aerodynamic problems.
Yes, now are we under yellow again? We're going to see here. No, it doesn't look like it because Robbie Noonan's looking down to the inside as Luke Bradley makes a pass on Ryder Grimes there side by side. Look at this, Johnny Bryant. John Ford's up in there.
Didn't Johnny Bryant crash Robbie Noonan out last time at Phoenix?
That was what Robbie wanted to contend. Oh, look out! Spin at the corkscrew, big crash!
Contact between the teammates. Oh my goodness!
Oh my goodness!
Gonna have a yellow this time.
That's definitely going to be a yellow. Oh my goodness! Luke Bradley, a huge accident. Luca James, the other car involved, he spun at the corkscrew trying to pass his teammate. Look at all these cars coming into the pits. We've got Robbie Noonan, Kyle Cuthbertson,
Kyler Boggs.
No, I believe that is the 99 car of Brian LaFleur.
You sure?
Yes.
God damn it, I fucked that up again.
And still more damage to cars. Look at how many cars are damaged. Joe Donahue continues to lead the race. But my goodness. We are down so many cars right now.
And they're still going hard. Everybody's still racing as hard as they can.
I'm surprised we haven't gotten a yellow for that. I'm shocked. They're still racing, so we have not gotten a yellow. We'll try to show you in like a picture-in-picture here of what exactly transpired there at the corkscrew.
Ooh, jeez, contact coming into the corkscrew there. Well, the positionment of those wrecked cars, they might have been able to get them off and out of the way before the leaders came around again, which would mean that they would not be a factor and they could continue with the green flag. The IRA officials work really hard to make sure everybody's safe on track. First and foremost is the safety of the drivers, and if we're in a situation where we can't guarantee that, or we can't safely remove hazardous cars laying around, then we'll throw a yellow. But I don't think they did because the positionment of those cars was in a place where they could be removed safely.
Boy, it's amazing. You can run all the test races you want, but once you get to the real thing, this IRA never fails to surprise you with how crazy some of this stuff happens. a crash at the Corkscrew, and we've got the leaders coming in.
Well, I don't think the Hondas came in. I think it was Peterson who was the
Vincent
first
Peterson
one.
and Heinrich Axelrod. Do we have a pit report on Vincent Peterson?
Yeah, Peterson's in. He's coming in for standard stock fuel, everything, and he'll get out there and try to get back out on track, running up there in the front, waiting for the other leaders to come in.
So Peterson out of the pits, pretty standard stop. Johnny Bryant and Heinrich Axelrod also into the pits. And Joe Donahue's in lap traffic right now. Look at this. This is crazy.
Well, to say we didn't expect that is not something that I would say, because I with the way that these cars had to continuously come into the pits and everything, I'm not surprised.
Ooh, that's a very close move there with Joe Donahue trying to get around the lap car of Skye Commons. I think Skye Commons has been in the pits, and here come the Hondas. Look at Matt Faust is right on the tail, so it's going to be a battle between the two Tasman Donahue Race Tech cars in the pits. Buddy Pulley, give us a pit report.
Well, we talked to both of them before the race, and they worked very good together, but they're also very fierce competitors. They almost want to beat each other more than want to beat the rest of the field, and they're trying to race on pit road, so that just proves it.
Oh, and look at this. Matt Faust gets out of the pits. His crew was faster than Joe Donahue's.
Joe Donahue's crew must have been slow, because Joe Donahue barely beat Axelrod out of the pits.
They had to hang up on the left rear.
Oh, my goodness. So, no bias, we swear. But Matt Faust takes over the lead in the Maps Race News Grand Prix at Laguna Seca. And there comes Vincent Peterson around the Andretti hairpin. He's going to try to battle with Kobayashi there, who came out of the pits in third behind Donahue.
Oh my God, did I mess up another name?
Yes, you did.
Oh my God.
I was trying to let you down easy there. Oh, here comes, now we do have a battle here between the two international drivers, Japanese and Italian.
Well, if you noticed at the beginning of the race, all of the international drivers besides Chester Chalupa were starting within the first 5 rows of the grid. So for some reason, the international drivers really know what they're doing here today at Laguna Seca.
Well, you know, international drivers usually have a road racing background. The ovals are the hard part to learn here in American racing, so it's hard to not expect this, though we do have 2 Americans out in the front of the field right now. We got a pass going on here. Peterson down to the inside of Kobayashi and takes him into the Andretti hairpin. We've got a pass and a move up into third place for Vincent Peterson. Let's see if he can't attack the Donahue cars that are out in front right now. Matt Faust.
Dave, do we have a moment? We got a pit report.
Sure thing. Go ahead, buddy.
IRA officials have issued a warning to Wolfgang Stone about the restart debacle we had. Chester Chalupa lost his brakes. That caused him to go out. Chris Aurelio is out of the race. Noonan, Kyle Custerson, they suffered damage from that crash that did not result in a yellow. And that's pretty much the update right now.
Thank you for that update, buddy. That's really helpful, actually. And it's interesting to hear that Chalupa had brake failure. That's definitely not something you want to have happen on a road course.
In the first turn.
No, it's actually a testament to his driver's skill. No joking aside, that he got it out of the way and didn't cause a massive pileup in the first corner.
Stupid engineering right there.
Oh no.
Oh man.
Oh no. Anyway, we're gonna keep going here as Matt Faust continues to lead Joe Donahue. It's pretty crazy to see that this race is being so dominated right now by these Tasman Hondas.
Well, you got to watch Peterson coming too.
And yes, Peterson really could surprise here. Now he hasn't been getting quite as good a fuel mileage, interestingly enough, as these Donahue Race Tech Honda-powered cars. That is a Ford-powered car. It's something that we've kind of seen a change of pace from what we saw on the ovals, where the Hondas and the Menards kind of were the first ones to come into the pits, Now we've seen the pendulum swing in the opposite direction with the Hondas getting better mileage than the Fords.
Well, it's just a testament to the engineering power of all of these manufacturers of engines, that they can perform better in certain places, but still stay competitive overall.
Yeah, and I have a pit report on Peterson. He's really concerned about the fuel mileage thing. He really thinks that might be the thing that costs him the race. He feels like he has a car that can beat the Hondas. It's just the fuel mileage is going to be the question, whether he can go the distance or not to race with these two Donahue Racetech.
It's nice to see that Panasonic car up into the front of the field. Historical buffs will notice that car 25 usually was never up at the front in the real 1995 IndyCar season. But it's great to see the competitiveness of this series and the fact that this car can run up at the front in this IRA IndyCar World Series.
Well, think about this too. This car, they built this car for practicing for this season to start, and they had a huge crash at Phoenix in a practice race that the IRA ran, and they had to literally rebuild every part of that car after that huge crash. Masuhita, or however you say it, was in the car at that time. In that video, the little skit of that crash was posted onto David's channel here when that happened, because of how crazy it was. It was a big deal, so it's really a testament to the team that they managed to put that car back together and get it set up to perform this well here at Laguna Seca.
Absolutely. And in fact, I think Peterson had a pretty good run at Phoenix as well. He wasn't really at the front of the field, but he did stay in the race the whole time. He was not very competitive, but he stayed in it. And as you can expect from a Italian rookie, like we said, these guys are more attuned to the road courses. So when you put someone on a 1-mile bull ring in one of these 190-mile-an-hour Indy cars, I mean, it's one of those testaments to his driving skill, and we're seeing it now when he's in a more controlled environment to his driving style.
That's a good point.
Boy, it's fantastic to see these cars in anger around a road course. As we see, it looks like we're going to have a battle for the lead here. Joe Donahue is turning up the heat on his teammate, Matt Faust. We're going to check in on the leaderboard at the moment. We're coming up to 10 laps to go. And you can check out where your favorite driver is running at the moment. And I'd like to give a shout out right now to Eric Jones, 6th place, Team Menard. He started way back in the field, and he's got that car absolutely humming. Let's take a look at Eric Jones battling with Robbie Noonan here. It's great to see some battling in the back of the field. Back of the field at 6th place, but with the attrition rate, this kind of is right now. But look at this. We didn't see the Menard cars very much at the Phoenix race. They started up front, qualified very well, but they missed the race setup, didn't they, Joe?
They did. Well, was it Pottinger that crashed out early? Which one crashed out early? One of them
I think both of them finished the race. Both of them finished, and in fact, they both finished in the top 10.
They did?
Pottinger did. Eric Jones lost a wing at some point. I do know that.
That might be what I'm thinking of.
But
Man,
now
we
we're
should
seeing
film these races closer together in time.
I know, right?
Stuff.
Well, it's okay. We'll keep the continuity, and believe me, actually, shout out to Wolfgang Stone. He will keep us honest in the comments, I'm sure, because he is a huge IRA IndyCar World Series fan. He actually set up a fan page that you guys can go follow on Instagram called the IRA IndyCar World Series fan page. Really cool that this series is affecting people in this way. And we look to continue that trend as we continue to watch Eric Jones and Robbie Noonan battle for 6th place on the racetrack. Let's head back up to the front of the field. See if we can't see what's going on with... oh boy, here we go. Now, the one person you don't want to wreck is your teammate, Joe. Will these guys be clean?
I own that car. He better hope to God he doesn't wreck me.
Shades, potentially shades of Red Bull Cheever Racing. Thomas Schechter and Eddie Cheever. Now, these two battling will benefit the third-place man, Vincent Peterson. It's going to be very interesting to see how well these guys play nice with each other. I mean, even if they don't make contact, them running like this is going to slow them down. So, actually, let's go to Buddy. What is the attitude right now in the Donahue Race Tech pits? I'm imagining it's very, very, very tense.
Actually, no. I mean, they're keeping it lighthearted. You know, the teams are sitting here. They're laughing, joking. They're having fun with this. I mean, it's a big day. It's a great day. Of course, Matt Faust, the purveyor, Matt's Race News, battling for the lead in this race, and Joe Donahue, you know, the owner of the team. You know, it's a great day. I mean, you would think it'd be tense, but right now they're actually pretty lighthearted right now. It's great.
Shades of Corvette racing at the Rolex 24, actually. I think that's a better comparison right now, the way these guys are racing.
Yeah.
Very fair right now, and you know what? I hear other cars out on the circuit. Again, we don't have a whole lot of cars left. We'll have to see exactly how many cars are out there on the track. I'd imagine we're about 16, 17 cars. So obviously, being down about 10 cars than we normally would be, these guys would be hitting the back of the field, but they're not right now because they just simply don't have the lap traffic to deal with right now.
There will come a point, though, because of the way that everybody pitted at separate times, that I see that we may have lap traffic come into play at some point.
That's a good point. The other question, of course, is fuel. I'm waiting to see if Peterson will peel off the back of the field. He has not yet. And, I mean, this is really tense because we had so much yellow at the start of the race. I wonder if they're going to be able to one-stop this thing. We were predicting a three-stop race today. That has not happened. We've only had one stop, and that is absolutely incredible considering the fact that these cars, you know, suck so much fuel going so fast. And I do see a car in the long shot there that these guys may have to deal with. I'm not sure who it is.
I would guess it's probably someone who pitted earlier. First random guess I have is Skye Commons, because we saw Joe Donahue come up to the back of him right before these two Donahue Race Tech cars hit the pits.
It's Pottinger. I can see the wing. It's Pottinger, the Menard. Now, we know that the Menard has a lot of different... Actually, you know who it is? It's Eric Jones, because Pottinger's coming out of the pits right now. So the Menards obviously had to pit. They must have been on a different strategy than the rest of the field. But with the Menards coming in early, assuming that they're on the same strategy, because I'm not really sure what the Menards have had up their sleeve at this point, because we did see that at least one of them, that being Pottinger, had damage. We don't know what Eric Jones's pit strategy was. So I wonder when the Hondas and the Fords are going to have to come into the pits relative to the Menards, and how this is going to affect this race. Look at Joe Donahue. He begins to close in on the back of Matt Faust. He falls off a bit as they head up to the Corkscrew.
I can't see a pass coming on here, yeah. They're just going to...
Ooh! Oh! Here we go!
Ooh!
Side by side. Nope, didn't happen there. That's not a place really to pass, as we saw Chris Aurelio try. And now we've got traffic. Oh, and now Peterson's into the pit, so... This is going to be the race right here, because the Hondas are going to have to come in next time by, I think. What lap are we on here?
It should be 2 laps.
Okay.
Maybe it'll be next time by. We'll have to see.
Okay, so we just hit lap 25 of 30. So we got, what, 4 laps to go, right?
I can't. They're not going to make it. I don't think they're going to make it.
No, I don't think they're going to make it, but it's worth noting that they got 4 laps to go, and look at this. Look at this. This is going to be, this could be, I mean, here's the thing, the Menard is slower in the corners, but it's faster on the straights, so he's really holding up Matt Faust. This could help Vincent Peterson, because he's holding both of them up at the moment. We are going to have one barn burner of a race here at the end of the race as they come out of the pits. We're waiting for Matt Faust to come in. Is he going to try at the Corkscrew? That's very cool. Oh, my goodness. Who is going to be faster now? Joe Donahue's team really got to redeem themselves now. Here, let's see if they come in.
No, I don't think so.
Wow.
They have 1 lap better fuel strategy, so you figure if they take 2 stops, then it's gonna. If they went 1 lap longer before, now they can wait.
Now, is this a huge strategical error? Joe Donahue down to the inside. Are we going to get past for the lead? No, Matt Faust blocks him coming into the Andretti hairpin.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Oh, and Joe falls way off the pace. Now, is this a strategic error? Because they're in traffic. Can Peterson close the gap? How fast is Peterson going out of the pits on fresh tires?
Ooh, we're going to have to watch when the 2 Donahue cars come into the pits, what happens?
What lap are we working here? We're working lap 27, so they're going to come in. Assuming they come in this time, we'll have 2 laps to go.
Well, isn't Kobayashi on the same pit strategy as these 2 guys?
Yes, Kobayashi is on the same strategy. The problem is Kobayashi, I don't think, has the pace. Peterson's the only one who's been turning lap times anywhere close to what these Donahue Race Tech cars have been turning. Yes, here they come. Now, we're going to send it down to Pit Lane Buddy. Too many buddies in this race. And let's see which crew is fastest. Buddy, they're coming into you.
Yeah, this is it. This is the race right
here.
Oh,
whoa, Kobayashi stayed out.
Yes, very important to mention.
Oh, boy, this is going to come right down to the wire, just like...
And Donahue beats him out! Joe Donahue beats him out!
Getting out!
Oh, my goodness. And Seto Kobayashi is leading the race with 2 laps to go. Is he going to stretch it? Is it?
Guys, they're going to try it. They're going to try to pit. They're going to try to stay up.
Oh my goodness! Now where is Peterson? And here comes Peterson. They're going to come out of the pits all together as one group. This is the race for the lead if Kobayashi can't make it.
Or what about if Kobayashi stayed out and when he comes out of the pits, he'll be ahead still? That could happen because he won't have to fill up the tank as much. So it'll take less time in there.
Okay, Kobayashi is coming to 2 to go. What's going to happen here? Splash and dash for Kobayashi. He's coming in the pits.
Oh, my goodness.
Pit report, buddy, quickly on Seto Kobayashi.
They were going to try to make it. He said there was no way. He was running out.
And there's Donahue. Peterson's gotten around Faust. Peterson has gotten around Faust. Boy, it's a race now, boys. And here comes Kobayashi out of the pits.
Not enough.
No way.
Not enough.
No way.
Is this the last lap?
We're 2 to go.
Oh, my goodness.
2 to go. They'll get the white next time by. We'll make sure. Yes, they will get the white flag next time by. Joe Donahue leads the race. Vincent Peterson. Oh my goodness.
So
Shades of 96. An Italian chasing an American. 2 laps to go.
Are we going to see the pass again?
Faust is so far off.
Oh boy. I wonder if they made an adjustment, buddy. Do you know if they made any kind of adjustment to Matt Faust's car that has thrown him off?
Yeah, they did. They made a wing adjustment, and it's not going the right way. And a bad adjustment. Tough break for Faust. Doesn't look like he will typically win his race.
Oh my goodness. They're coming to the
solid
white
place finish is nothing to be ashamed of, though.
White flag. Laguna Seca,
God, so
an American leading an Italian. We've seen this story before. Oh my goodness, Vincent Peterson. Is he going to chase down Joe Donahue? Honda versus Ford. 2 Reynard chassis, both Firestone tires.
Firestone tires. Firestone tires. Oh!
Oh my goodness. This is nail-biting stuff. From the back of Joe Donahue's car.
Oh, he got off better.
Peterson did not get good through that corner very well, did he? In 1996, this is where it happened, the pass. Same camera angle. Nowhere close for Vincent Peterson. Joe Donahue leading at the moment. Can he bring it home for Donahue Race Tech? Joe Donahue describes this as his favorite track, at least one of them. off the final corner. Joe Donahue, IRA veteran, wins at Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca for the Matt's Race News Grand Prix. Second, Vincent Peterson. Third, Matt Faust. And a battle for fourth, Kobayashi beats Axelrod. Robbie Noonan is going to come across in sixth. Seventh is going to be Johnny Bryant in the Valvoline car. Eighth, Kyler Boggs, and battling with Cuthbertson. Look at this. This is going to be a battle to the finish here. It's going to be Boggs beating Cuthbertson across the line. Eric Jones with a pretty fantastic run there in the Menard car. And here come the rest of the field across the line. In fact, Wolfgang's a lap down. We'll let them all come across the line to finish the race. But it was Joe Donahue's day today. He qualified on the pole. He led the majority of the race, got beat out of the pits by his friend and teammate Matt Faust, but he was not to be denied. Joe Donahue wins the Matt's Race News Grand Prix, and we're down in victory lane. I believe Pit Lane Buddy has an interview with Joe.
We're down here at a very, very excited victory lane. Down here, Joe, my friend.
Yeah.
What a race, pal.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Wow. That was like the greatest thing ever, man. I was scared with that first pit stop. The crew got a little bit nervous, and I was like, you know, guys, it's behind us now. As soon as I got out of the pits, I said, it's behind us now. We got to focus on what's ahead of us. And what was ahead of us at that point was Matt Faust. I thought Matt was going to win. He had such a great car ahead of me, and I wasn't going to be complaining, you know. My car, I'm in second, not going to be mad, but just that second pit stop somehow got him. I don't know what happened. I'm not worried about it. You know, he got a good, solid finish in third place today. But I want to thank everybody who's watching right now. This is a great moment. I want to thank RCI, too, and Momo for that wheel that I was holding. I was holding that wheel so hard coming through these last two laps here. Oh, my gosh. That was so... Woo!
I
love you, buddy!
What a great finish interview. Let's take a look at the final results here for the Matt's Race News Grand Prix. A fantastic result. Let's go down through the list. Of course, you had the Joe Donahue winning from the pole position. Vincent Peterson had a valiant try in second, but just couldn't get there. And shout out to Robbie Noonan. He got there up into sixth. He had a bit of trouble early on in the race, but, you know, he stuck it out once again. And, of course, Eric Jones bringing the Menard car home 10th on a road course. We weren't really expecting that. And shout out to Caleb Knobb, too. He got bullied a bit on some of those restarts, but he brought it home 13th. We go down through the rest of the field. And the last car running on the lead lap was Josh Pottinger. Wolfgang Stone was the only car one lap down. Of course, we saw...
Yeah, and we're hearing there was an altercation between him and Buddy Foley after the race.
Oh, no. Oh, no. So, obviously... Yeah, he didn't make any friends today, though. I'm not sure that Buddy's anger is quite justified there, but we'll find out later on. And obviously, a very attrition-based race today, as you can see, all of the accidents, DNFs, and mechanical failures. A very, very crazy race. Joe, this is Booth Joe now talking. What did you think of the Matt's Race News Grand Prix here at Laguna Seca? Obviously, once again, we had another classic IRA duel to the finish.
It was a great IRA duel to the finish, and it just goes to show how intense and fun, truly fun, it is with the IRA having all these series. And we had another IRA member win a race today. Sometimes people are a little bit feisty about that, but it was a great show. And I hope that everybody who's watching right now has watched and is watching up to this point in this broadcast truly felt it inside them that they were really enjoying what they were watching. It was special. It was a special kind of thing going on here.
It certainly was. And special, we can definitely say about our next round. The hashtag Save Nazareth Speedway Grand Prix from Nazareth Speedway. We go back short oval racing, and we go to a track that not a lot of people use in their series these days, but Nazareth Speedway, I can tell you, is one of the gems of American oval track racing, and we are so thankful to bring that track back to the IRA, and it will be the last race before the great Indianapolis 500. So, for Joe Donahue and Pit Lane Buddy, this has been David Land. We appreciate your viewership of the IRA IndyCar World Series so much. We hope you've enjoyed today's broadcast. Be sure to check out iraracing.weebly.com for point standings. Also be sure to check out Matt's Race News for full post-race analysis of today's race. Joe Donahue picked up his first win in the IRA IndyCar World Series. We've seen experience pay off in the first 2 rounds. We wonder what's going to happen at Nazareth. We hope to see you there, and until then, we'll see ya.